Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Success Fertilizer application. As we know, it isn't always easy to compete with companies that are bigger than you and have greater resources. However, one advantage you can have is you can be smarter than they are. No one can tell you how much you can learn and how much of an expert and an asset you can be. That's why education is critical for small businesses, and that's why we at Referral Exchange strive to make you just a little bit smarter every week. So let's get right to it. Every one of us has 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes. And what we do with them and how we use them, it's up to us. We use some of them wisely and some less so. We have good days and when we get a lot done, and not so good days when we don't. How much we get done, especially from a business perspective, depends partially on preparation, timing, and approach. When we approach our workday haphazardly without a plan, it's likely that our productivity will be less than ideal. When that happens, we often come to the end of the day unfulfilled and with a vague sense of missed opportunity and disappointment. Then we tell ourselves, we'll do better tomorrow. And then we don't. Now, I'm not advocating for a forced march work ethic where we impose unrealistic rules on ourselves that only result in burnout, exhaustion, and often work that is less than our best. I'm saying that if we want to have greater productivity, we need to have a plan. One productivity tactic that was hotly researched starting as early as the 1960s was multitasking. It reached its peak popularity in the late 1990s and early 2000s when it was believed that new technological advances would be able to overcome any problems and elevate multitasking to a new art form. And as we now know, new technology and its inherent distractions have, if anything, made focus and concentration even more difficult. And multitasking is now recognized as a failed experiment. So if that's the case, what can we do to make better use of our time and not only get more done, but do it better? Well, modern research tells us to turn to deep work or deep focus. It sort of reminds me of Timothy Leary's advice to 30,000 hippies in Golden State Park in San Francisco as part of the Human Be-In of 1966. At that time, Timothy said, turn on, tune in, drop out. Now, although Leary was advocating the use of LSD, the rejection of social norms and embracing the counterculture conventions of the day, I think we can appropriate some of his slogan, but without the use of psychedelics. Now, first, we need to turn on. We need to turn our brains on to prepare for some deep focus. This means preparation. A critical part of getting ready to focus is to eliminate any nagging worries. If unread email makes you apprehensive, set a time every day to read through it and handle anything urgent, and you're done with it. If you don't have any focus triggers or have trouble recognizing them, think about what it is you've done in the past, just prior to getting some great work done, and incorporate them into a routine. Now, this could include meditation, exercise, a good breakfast, or whatever it is that gets you in the mood to work. In fact, exercise increases the blood flow to the brain, and it's good for the hippocampus, the brain center of learning and memory. At the same time, we need to tune in. We need to have a good understanding of what we're looking to accomplish and set a goal. Not only does having a defined target allow us to focus more intensively on the task, when we accomplish it, our brain delivers a dopamine spike that makes us feel good. Lastly, we need to drop out. Now that you've addressed any urgent emails, turn off any email notifications. Put your cell phone in another room. If your work requires the use of your computer, turn off any windows you don't need. Just close them down. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, turn them off. Once you've started deep work, remember that like any muscle, our brains get tired. When we get tired, we start to lose focus and run up against the principle of diminishing returns. We try harder and accomplish less. To avoid this, experts recommend carving our deep work into 30-minute blocks, where we focus intently for 25 minutes, give our brains a 5-minute break, and then start again. You do this over a 90-minute or 2-hour window. During these 5-minute breaks, don't check email, Facebook, or anything else that will distract you from what you've been doing. By practicing deep focus, you'll be able to get more done and have time left over to work on other aspects of your business. For more information on this topic, you might want to check out Deep Work by Cal Newport. In the words of Timothy Leary, you can always pick up your needle and move to another groove. All right, folks, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or you'd like to know more about how you can grow your business by joining a referral exchange networking chapter, or even how to start your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And if you'd like to be notified whenever we post another educational video, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of this video. All right, folks, well, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next week. Take care.